What's up guys, it's Chachi Power here with Rocket Punch. I'm going to do a small little review here for a small little robot. This is the GT-03. It's part of the Chogokin line. Now what these are basically reissues of the vintage Chogokin that they released, you know, back in the 80s. Just done in a smaller scale. So it's got a nice vintage box looking type of thing here. No Popey logos. It does have the original Chogokin logo down here, but obviously branded as Bandai. So yeah, so what we're going to do is open this up and check it out. This particular one here is the Getter 1, and if we look down here, it says Bandai 2003. Now, although this has been released a few years back, you shouldn't have any trouble finding them, just in case you do like them, and they are relatively cheap compared to other Chogokins that you can get. Now, this is my first time actually taking it out of the box. You're going to witness the robot itself as I witness it for the first time. So, just like any nice Chogokin should, it does have a little styrofoam tray, which is awesome. It's got this little thing here you can pop off. And inside you'll see a little Getter 1. So we're going to pop him out. He's protected with some plastic wrap here. Just go ahead and take that off. And of course he's die cast. So he has a lot of heft for the size of this little figure. You'll notice a die cast, whoops. You'll notice a die cast down here on the legs is raw, like raw polished. And then the rest is beautifully painted. Now what's cool about this little figure is it does have a gimmick. Which is sorely something that I kind of miss on the newer toys because it's usually just swapping things out. But one of the cool things about this figure, even though it doesn't have Rocket Punch, it has a silly little feature. At first I thought the head would shoot out like a lot of these other smaller Chogokins, but in actuality his head just sinks right in and you actually hold that button down and it pops right out. Now oddly enough, I was going to show you the next gimmick, but I realized it didn't come with it. This actually is supposed to have an axe, and it doesn't. So it's completely missing. This is the spot where it's supposed to be. I had double checked the box to make sure it's supposed to have that gimmick, and it obviously does, and it does not. And it's a single, you know, piece of tape here. So it does seem like it's factory, you know, closed. So I don't know what happened with that. So I'm gonna have to see what I can get done with that. But we'll just move ahead with the review. So anyway, we got the top chest here, the abdomen, whatever you want to call that. The whole torso is die cast. You have the legs here, which I showed you, the nice polished die cast, and it does have knees here, which are very slight, and then the movement back and forth of the leg, which is not a lot. Again, this is really old, or at least the figure it's based on is a really old figure. You do have swivels here in the arms. The lower arms do pop out, so it sort of does have like a Rocket Punch feature, just not spring loaded. Of course the arms do move up and around. Now I don't have the original vintage, but I did want to show you how they compare this scale with the original counterparts. Alright, so I've pulled out a few things here. Noticeably this rating here is much bigger. So we got the Chogokins here up front, and then we have the vintage ones in the back, although the ones in the back are just reissues or replicas. So this is actually a reissue of the GA09, which is over an inch taller, which explains the big difference between these. But it's the only like vintage looking one I have, but you'll see the little rating pretty much scales with the rest, and then these two back here kind of scale with each other. So this would typically be a little shorter. But you can see the way these scale with the smaller ones. So it's really cool that they release these smaller versions in case you haven't been able to get the other ones. And I wish I had the originals of the ones in the back because they're worth a pretty good amount of money. So it looks like we're going to have to skip over that whole axe gimmick, which is a shame because if we take a look at the fist here, there's actually a spring in there because it will shoot the axe. So it's a little unfortunate I didn't get to do a full review on this, guys, but it still is a really cool looking figure. It's the first time I've ever had anything missing from a Bandai product. But still a great figure again, guys. If you're interested in getting one of these, you can find them pretty cheap. Alright, and if you want to buy some really cool stuff, please click the link below for BBTS. If you like the videos, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Until next time, bye bye.